Right, we are back. Welcome back to the Mythic Booster Channel, and welcome back to Broken Sword, the Shadow of the Templars Director's Cut. We are back again. I'm going to try and keep this really regular. This could hopefully be a once a week episode now. We can keep working our way through all of those Broken Sword amalgamations. Don't know how it's an amalgamation. All the series of Broken Sword at least, anyway. So we're going to work our way through. What we're going to do to start off with, we are going to recap the last little bit. I've just continued the game, and it's basically...
If the manuscript was what Flap and Guido were after, they were
So just to recap as to what happened.
I couldn't
wait for George to finish speaking. Back in Nico's apartment.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi. Come in, George.
So this is where we got to before we run away. So once they finish speaking, I'll do a quick recap. Okay, so they're not going to get speaking. So basically, quick recap. Last little session within the game, so in episode 3, we basically found a little bit more information about Plantar. We traced down who we think the costume killer is, a guy called Khan. Oh, he's actually been using a name of Merlin in the hotel. Went to the Hotel Ubu, where we had the two gangsters outside, Flap and Guido. I'm pretty sure that's not the last we're going to see of them. And we met up with an aristocrat lady who helped us sort of work our way through and sort of get some items we need from in the hotel clerk, who was this really sort of pompous French person. Went and tracked down some information. We found a Gruber electronics card and this matchbook here.
I found this matchbook in the killer's hotel room.
I had it to Nico. That wasn't what I meant to do. There you go.
It's from the Club Alamut.
Never heard of it. Is there anything written inside it?
No. What were you expecting?
If this was a movie, there'd be a clue. A name or an address. That's no use. There aren't even any matches in it.
Oh, well. I'll keep it as a souvenir.
Cool. So we've got a few things. Gruber Electronics, I'm pretty sure that was just a bit of a front. We used that as some ID, basically, to get the manuscript out of the safe, and I'm sure that's what we're going to find out about now. Anyway, enough recapping. Let's steam in to Broken Sword. And, yeah, remember to like if you like the episode, guys. Remember to subscribe. Please, please, bang that little bell on, and then you won't ever miss an episode of this or any of the other stuff we do on the channel. And, as always, we love your comments. If there's anything you want to see us do, bang it in the comment section. I always try and reply as quick as I can. If anyone's ever commented before, it's pretty straight away most of the time. Anyway, let's get into it. So, first things first, I think we've got to ask about the manuscript. Here we go.
You're just not going to believe what I've found.
It's not another part of the clown's costume, is it?
It's a medieval manuscript. Khan left it in the safe at the Ubu.
It's incredible. Is this what he took from Plantar?
It could be, which means it's worth enough to kill for.
There it is.
Look there, 2 guys on the same horse.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they couldn't afford one each. What of it?
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar? Their official seal was an image of 2 knights sharing a horse. Whatever this manuscript means, it's connected with the Templars.
How come you know about these knights?
I learned about them while writing an article on the Crusades.
Oh, wow, so we can explore around. Oh, no, there we go.
This guy, named Hughes de Payen, arrived one day at the court of King of Jerusalem. He offered to protect the Christian pilgrims from the displaced Muslim armies. The king would be able to guarantee safe transit to Christians in the Holy Land. Safer journeys meant more pilgrims, and pilgrims meant trade and wealth. The Templars proved invaluable to the king as a mercenary army. It was said that they never asked how many the enemy numbered, just where they were. And as the years went by, the Templars grew in wealth and numbers. They were so rich, even kings came to them for loans. But at the height of their power, they fell foul of the King of France. He rounded them up and turned them over to the Inquisition. Thousands of Templars were subject to torture and confessed to heresy. Of course, at the hands of the Inquisition, there wasn't much they wouldn't confess to. The last Grand Master Jacques de Molay was burned alive.
Jeez. So the treasure is hidden, waiting to be discovered?
If there ever was a treasure, it's been lost for 600 years. Anyway, we're supposed to be investigating a serial killer, not a medieval treasure trove.
But maybe that's what the clown and his accomplices are after. Maybe this manuscript is the key.
You'd better leave it here for safekeeping.
Sorry, I have to go. I've got a little tub of, well, say little, of chocolate-coated coffee beans, just for such a pick-me-up. So I thought I'd push the mic out of the way. Anyway, right, oh wow, Knights Templar. See, this is why I love this game. Templars are freaking cool. Right, let's show her Khan, shall we? Oh no, she's...
How
seen
come
this.
you enlarged this photograph of me?
Because I noticed the
Played
guy
that game.
behind you, of
Gruber
course.
Electronics.
I found this in the killer's room.
What is it, a credit card?
ID, Thomas Merlin, of the Gruber Electronics Corporation.
Never heard of him, or the company.
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Research, George.
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive
Harsh,
thinking?
but fair, George. But fair.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Not anymore. There was someone. A guy in my final year, but it didn't work out. Neither did my degree.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Tell me more about your family.
When I was a little girl, I used to spend the winter with my grandfather and grandma. They were the best times. Warm and safe in their tiny cottage. My grandfather rolled cigarettes while grandma made hot chocolate and cakes. One day, he stopped his scrolling. He put the lid back on his tobacco jar and took me in his arms. I laughed and wriggled, but he hushed me to be silent. With his unshaven chin all scratchy in my ear, he told me his secret.
What did he say?
He said, I don't smoke, but she likes to think I do.
What a weird old man.
Don't call my grandfather weird. He was the nicest guy ever. I wish I was back in that cottage instead of this crummy
Bless.
apartment in this
That's
noisy
quite cute.
city.
Let's take another look at the
Scroll around
manuscript.
it? Yeah, we can. Sweet.
There's a guy with a sword and a bull.
The only mythological bull I know of is the Minotaur, but he was only half bull.
I don't think I'd like to be half a bull, even if it
Yeah,
was the
this
bottom
thing here.
half.
What's that object between them?
It looks like a gem on top of a tripod.
What's we got? Let's got a shield down here.
A knight with a crystal ball. Now, there's something written on the scroll beside the knight.
Yes, but it's written in Latin. Per disciplinam mea lux videbis.
By my teachings, you will see the light.
You speak Latin? Where did you learn a trick like that?
A trick? I studied law, okay? I can read Latin.
My, you're touchy.
Well done, George.
Tell me that again.
What we got here?
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
Yeah.
She reminds me of the wicked queen in Snow White.
She was the one who said mirror, mirror on the wall, wasn't she? She made me cry so much when I was a kid.
Bless.
Mom carried me out of the
Bless
movie theater.
George.
She didn't frighten me in the least.
Like I said, I was only a kid.
Who does?
I didn't like the
Who does
crocodile
like the
in Peter
crocodile?
Pan either.
Scary old crocodile. And what's this? Loom, yeah.
There's a guy working on a loom. He's weaving a carpet or a tapestry.
Or a duvet cover. It's a clue to a place, I reckon. Somewhere famed for weaving and ships.
Where folk live in barrels?
It beats copper boxes.
Anything? Oh, there you go.
Look there, 2 guys on the same
We
horse.
do.
Let's face it, we need help, George. Someone who knows about these things.
Who do you suggest? Indiana
Hashtag
Jones?
crossover.
I know a guy who specializes in medieval studies. His name is Lobino.
Huh. Some stuffy old fossil who gets horny over ancient relics, I suppose.
Far from it. Andre isn't the stereotypical professor you have in mind.
Where can I find this Lobino guy?
At the
Another
Krone
place to go and
Museum.
visit.
I'll give you the
Hey.
address.
Wait, everyone look at this thing. Okay. It's
Let's
worth
take
it.
another
It's not
look
gonna
at the
achieve anything.
manuscript.
Right, let's head out here. He says. How do I get away?
Look there.
I don't have to click on anything, do I? How do I get out? I'm stuck.
A night through.
I've matrix
a-
glitched, boys. There we go.
There's a.
I click on
There's-
anything again. I thought I'd done some like random matrix glitch. Right.
I have to go.
Okay. Don't forget to look
I
for
think the hint
Lobino
is
at the
go to the
Crown
Cream Museum. Go see Lobino. I don't think we need to know anything about her. Right, okay, let's go check out the Musée Kroon then. Okay, let's go in here. Ha 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 ha. Look what I can see. Look what I can see. Right in the centre of the room, it's a very three-legged, tripod-y looking thing, and we know where we've seen one of those before, just minus the naff off great big diamond thing on the top.
Pardon me.
Oui, monsieur?
Speak to this guy, shall we? Let's ask him about Khan first.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, monsieur. Is there any reason why I should?
Because he's a
I guess not.
sneaky git. That's why.
Do you recognize this ID pass? No. Do you know anything about the Knights of the Temple?
No, sir. Not a sausage.
It's not Knights of the Temple, it's the Knights Templar. Oh, really?
Do you know anything about medieval manuscripts?
Not me, monsieur. I am no scholar. Though people often mistake me for one. It is the uniform, I guess. They see the clothes. They are impressed.
And they ask you to park their cars?
They ask me to party. No. They assume I am an authority on the exhibits in my care.
Whereas you know next to nothing about history.
Of course not. All I am saying is, I am no scholar. Not like Monsieur Lobino.
Right, we don't need to talk to you anymore.
Thanks for your help.
We need to have a nose, don't we really? This, however, is of maximum importance. Let's have a look.
In the case was a spindly tripod, blackened with age and pitted with rust. It was identical to the tripod pictured on the manuscript.
Yes, it
a
was.
notice identified it as 15th century from Western Ireland. It has been found in Loch Marne at the site of a Knights Templar preceptory. Ireland!
What's that?
This tripod was found in Ireland.
I will have to ask you to keep your voice down.
I'm sorry, I was excited. The case contained the tripod shown on the manuscript. As I reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air. I froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
No, monsieur. No. No.
Okay,
No,
okay.
and no. Whole lots of no. What's this? What's this?
Attention. Please do not.
Don't you think it's kind of stuffy in here?
Better stuffy than dead.
What's the problem? Fumes from car exhausts?
Not just that, monsieur. There's a new burger bar opened up across the street. The Laughing Buffalo.
So what's the problem?
They cook their burgers on a charcoal grill. And the fat falls on the open flames. The amount of organic compound and smoke particles released is astounding. Since they opened, local air pollution has doubled. And it stinks like a funeral pyre. That is why I keep the windows closed.
Can I do it when he's not looking, maybe? There we go. I seem to remember
This is
something.
ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
I seem to remember. Oh, really? Okay. I thought there was something to do with hiding in there or something, if I remembered correctly. What's this all about?
Watch out! You'll have that done on top of us!
I'm a bit stuck now as to what I'm supposed to do. Yes. Lobino's clearly not here. That clearly lets me get in there. So we need to either come back at night. Hello. So we've been here. We've established that we've been there for the time being. Café del Champ d'Alver. We can go back there for a minute, see what's going on. Let's try and ring Nico. That might be helpful. No? Can't ring anyone apparently. This is totally boarded up now. We know there's nothing down here. There's nothing here. Okay, so we'll sack that off. And we could go back to... Where is she? Rougerie. Let's go back to Nicole's. There we go, back. See what she's got to say.
Hi. I've been to the Crew Museum.
Did you speak to Lobino?
No, he wasn't there.
I wonder if she's found out anything else.
I found the tripod.
Where?
In the museum. It belonged to the Templars. It was dug up in Ireland at a place called Loch Marn.
I have heard of Lochmarn. I read an article about the castle. Take a look for yourself.
A popular gossip magazine. You read that rubbish?
No, I write it.
Professor Nigel Pegram, excavating the medieval castle at Loch Marn. That's strange.
What?
He resigned his chair at Durham University in order to devote his time to the excavation. Not only that, but he canceled the filming of a 4th series of his popular television program. This site at Loch Marn must be awful important to him.
He's a professor of history. They're all cuckoo.
All the same, I'd like to talk to this Professor Pegram. How do you feel about a trip to Ireland?
Disappointed.
Huh?
That I won't be going. I want to follow up the Bellotta case. If you really think Picram's gem is important, why don't you visit Lochmarn?
On my own? I'm not so sure about that. Where is Ireland exactly? Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clan's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The 2nd week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know.
That's
but I can't
suspicious.
imagine it was coincidence.
No, I can't. Do we really want to...
How come you...
Because...
Oh, we've done all that. Right, let's...
I have to go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
I don't think there's anything else we can learn from here. Let's do one. Then what do we do? Ah, there we go. Look, wow. Oh, we can go to the airport. Exciting. Right. Let's go to Ireland. Boom. Okay, I have a confession to make. I nipped off because I needed to make a coffee. Do you know what? I got one of those little, well, I say my wife and I got one of those little coffee machines from my brother-in-law for our wedding present, and it's the best thing ever. It's like amazing coffee on tap. Anyway, despite that, let's fly to Ireland. Exciting! A few hours later, from America.
I passed the castle on the way into Loch Marn. The castle where Pegram's excavation was located.
Huh. MacDevitt's food. Right, some little dude out here. Speak to this little dude.
Hi there.
What?
What's your name, kid?
Who are you calling kid? Who the hell are you?
Huh. Yeah, sod it, let's do it.
Rosso's the name. Murder's my game.
Are you a detective?
Let's just say I'm here to find the truth.
Cool. Just like on the telly.
Cut the crap and tell me your name.
Liam McGuire.
What are you doing hanging around the bar, McGuire?
I'm on the run. From me dad.
Why? Did you do something bad?
I ain't done nothing, boss.
You can tell me, kid. Is it your dad?
Oh, sir. He drinks every last penny down his evil throat. And there's me poor old mother, bedridden and dying of presumption. I tried to buy her medicine. Chopped firewood for Father Mahoney till me fingers bled. The old skinflint cheated me too. But I took the pennies he gave me back home. Look, Ma, says I, see what your darling son has earned with his own sweat and blood. When suddenly, me dad appears and grabs the loot. I'm off to Dublin, heavy drinking, says he. Watch out till I get back. That's why I runned away.
Something in the grin on his face told me he wasn't being strictly truthful. Compared to him, Huckleberry Finn was a candidate for Altar Boy of the Year.
Let's see
What can you tell me about the castle, McGuire?
What do you want to know?
Well, can I get inside?
No, it's locked up.
Does anyone live there?
No. Only, what do you want to know? Oh, nothing.
You know something about the castle you're not telling me, don't you?
No,
What is it you're covering up?
No.
Is it something you're scared of?
I ain't scared of nothing.
I ain't scared of nothing. Nothing at all.
I'll give you one last chance to tell me about the castle.
Oh, yeah? And what if I don't?
Then I'm taking you back to school.
Oh, there's a ghost. It's called the Phantom of Loch Man.
Interesting.
You're not telling me you believe in ghosts, are you?
Mister, I seen it with me very own eyes. Last Tuesday night, I went up to see what that dig was about. I just reached the top of the wall when I hears this awful noise.
What sort of noise?
A horrible snuffling and snorting, like O'Brien's pig, only worst. It was coming from inside the castle.
Okay.
Did you find out what was making the noise in the castle?
No fear. I just sat there on the wall like Humpty Dumpty. The moon was cracked and greasy like an old dinner plate. The yard was full of shadows. I could have been hiding anything. I would have gone home, but me legs had lost their stuffing.
Did you get to see the ghost?
Indeed I did. And a fearsome sight it is too. I sat on me arse, waited while the moon went down. Then out it comes from the shadows, all grey and tattered and hunched over like an old bent willow. Then I hears this spluttering and splashing and horrible laughter in the dark. I was so scared. Why, I fell off the bloody wall.
I'm sure there's a rational explanation for what you saw at the castle.
There is. The bloody place is haunted.
There's a rational... Yes, there are bloody ghosts everywhere. You wanted a rational explanation, there it is. All over the shop they are. Bastards they are.
Have you seen a guy dressed as a clown?
Here in Lochmarn, they all dress like clowns.
The man I'm looking for is a dangerous psychotic.
Jesus. It's just like that film I saw. There's this clown, see? And he's after this kid who saw him kill a guy. He tries to warn the sheriff, only no one believes him. Then, while he's in the tub, the clown cuts him up with a chainsaw.
My God, that doesn't sound suitable for a kid like you.
Who are you calling a kid? I'm 25.
Yeah, right. You're not a day over 14.
Oh no, it's 25 that I am. Married with a car and 3 kids. 10 kids if you count the wives.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Can you describe him like on the telly in the cop shows?
He's an English archaeologist.
I know the man you mean if he's the one.
I know the man you mean if he's the one. I know who it may be, possibly, if that's the one you're looking for, maybe. ...
Can you tell me where I'd find Pegram?
No, I can't, 'cause he's not here now, but if I sees him, I'll ask him.
Do you know what Pegram was doing in the castle?
Digging for buried treasure. Jewels and gold and skeletons, like in the films.
Shall I see if he knows who Khan is, shall I?
Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy character.
Nope.
No, I never seed him.
Doesn't look like Khan's been out this way. I think it's time ladies and gentlemen, for
See you later, kid.
Okay,
the best
mister.
of English/Irish traditions, and that is a beer in the pub. Hello. Straight away, this guy, right in the middle, looks dodgy as hell. And what's this? Let's look at the dodginess first. Patrick's.
My name's George.
Pleased to meet you, mister. My name's Fitzgerald.
Interesting.
What can you tell me about the castle?
There's nothing there. Just an old ruin.
How old?
I really couldn't tell you.
Have you ever explored the castle yourself?
I used to play there sometimes, when I was a kid. Then one of the little uns fell off the wall, broke his head and died. We didn't go there anymore.
You haven't been up there recently?
So
No.
cheery, some of this. Ah, the clown cut him up with the chainsaw. We used to play there as children, but then a child fell off the wall and we died, so that ruined that game a little bit.
Do you know Professor Pegram?
He's the archaeologist, isn't he?
That's right.
This guy sounds nervous as hell.
Did you work at Professor Pegram's dig?
What gave you that idea?
He is crapping his pants.
Can I get you another drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I shouldn't be drinking at all.
2 seconds,
I'm on
someone's at the
tablets for my
door.
nerves. More than a pint and I'll pass out.
I'm back. I'm not entirely sure if I'll get some sort of... by the way, this is not sponsored by anyone at all. I just wanted to show you guys. But look, my coffee's here. Yay. Oh. Spot on. Sorry, it's alright. I was quite excited. I knew that was what that was. I thought I'd have to sign for it, but the driver just left it, which was cool. But yeah, that's my coffee. I say, yeah, not... Hashtag not sponsored, not advertised by the people we saw on that package. Yay! Right, anyway, onwards. Let's see if he's seen Khan, shall we?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No, I'm sure I don't know him.
Not fussed by any of these bits.
See you later.
Let's go and speak to the barman.
Top of the morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what
Wow.
you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
Do we want a room? Yeah, we kind of do, don't we? We need to stay somewhere.
That's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could, if you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the Undertaker comes to collect him.
Again. More niceness. Right, let's see if we can find the clown. I'm going to sneeze.
Have you
Excuse me.
served any, clowns recently?
No,
It's gone
you're
away.
the first
That's even
today.
more rubbish. You're the first today.
Do you know a man
Git.
called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
Oh, no. I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Did Pegram stay here?
Yes, he did. 6 nights plus breakfast.
Interesting.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients
Proper beer.
to traditional
None of that
methods.
Eurofist.
It shouldn't be kept under pressure
lager
or refrigerated.
nonsense.
And
Real
finally,
beer.
it should have a good body
Real beer.
and distinctive character.
Should.
In other words, it's flat and warm with bits in, and it thinks you fall over.
Flat and warm with bits and it makes you fall over. Sounds like my sort of beer. Just necked it. See if you've seen Khan.
Do you recognize this man?
No, I don't. What do you want with him?
I've got a score to settle.
I don't want any trouble in the bar, mister. If it's a fight you're looking for, see Father Mahoney.
A priest? A man of the cloth?
Sure. And he teaches the boys how to box at the youth club. According to Mahoney, It develops character. Isn't that right, Pat? Didn't he teach you all the art of pugilism? Dial.
Sorry, Michael. I was miles away. What did you say?
Ah, never mind.
Right, let's...
Look, I gotta be going.
What's this?
It was a beer-stained piece of toweling.
Can't not be helpful. Speak to this dude. This dude looks interesting.
Hi there, old-timer.
What?
Interesting. Sneezed all
Nasty
over my
cold
face.
you've got there. As soon as the words left my lips, I regretted them.
Is there such a thing as a cold which isn't nasty? I put the question to Father Mahoney. Father, says I, why were we born to suffer snot?
What did he say?
He said, it's my reward for being out all night like a sinner. Pious prig. Anyway, this is no ordinary cold. 'Tis the hay fever.
Oh,
Pollinosis?
Thank you. You're not a policeman, are you?
Excuse me?
Police? No. I'd know it if you were.
Do you know Pegram, the archaeologist?
That's the scrawny fellow who was poking around at the castle, isn't it? No, I don't know him.
Can you tell me how to get into the castle?
Don't even think about it, me bucko. Lochmarn Castle is haunted.
It's another
That's
one.
what the kid outside told me, but I don't believe it.
Then you're a fool.
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
You can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
Ooh. There it is.
Have you ever seen the ghost?
To be sure.
With
me
my very own eyes.
Can you describe the ghost?
It was horrible.
A wee stunted beast, long black, straggly, flappy wings.
Are you sure it wasn't a wild animal? A rabbit or a skunk or something?
A skunk, yes.
Skunk. In Lochmarn? That'll be the day.
George,
No,
you
that was a
crazy
ghost,
yank,
to be
you.
sure.
Oh dear.
I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh,
Can I buy you a beer?
very kind, I'm sure. But I don't drink the stuff Leary sells.
What's wrong with it?
I've seen what it can do.
What's that you're making?
It's a necklace, me bucko.
Oh, sure. Made out of steel wire?
That's right. A necklace for my pretty one. When my little lover feels it round her slender neck, she'll be mine. All mine.
I think it might be a noose. I think it's probably a noose.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
I can't tell without me glasses.
Right,
I'll
let's...
see you later.
I'll pick it up.
As soon as the old guy looked away, I grabbed.
Huh. It's okay, I've just managed to steal it. Alright, fair enough. Speak to these other guys at the bar, I haven't spoken to them yet.
Hi, my name's Stobart, George Stobart.
Hello there, mister. What can I do for you?
Ah. That Pegram, please.
Do you know Professor Pegram?
Do I know him? Do I know the good professor himself?
Nope.
No, I don't. I mean,
Something like
I
that.
know who he is.
No.
But I don't know him to talk to.
Who's that? Nope. No.
Do you know anything about Pegram's excavation?
Only that he didn't have the right tools for the job. What he needed was shovels and a JCB.
Pegram was digging for historical remains, not coal.
Is that a fact? What the hell for?
It's the science of archaeology, Pat. Understanding how people used to live by what they've left behind. One day archaeologists might be digging up our remains.
Imagine that, Mr. O'Brien. I wonder what they'll find.
Well, it won't be arrowheads and beakers. Fast food cartons and flavoured condoms, more likely.
Oh, I love the humour in this game. It's brilliant. Ah, try to beginning up. Mackie D's and Durex all over the place.
Did anyone from the village work at Peagram's Dig?
I tried it myself, but that high and mighty history man called me incontinent. What a nerve. Hadn't I dug more holes than the rest of them put together?
Do you remember seeing Sean Fitzgerald at the dig?
Let me see now. I think me brain box needs a spot of lubrication.
Ha. Let's get him a beer.
Can I buy you a drink?
You most certainly can.
Give me a drink for my friend here.
Who? Doyle? Has he conned you into buying for him? Shame on you, Patrick.
Same again. Just a point this time, Michael.
1 point of round coming up.
Do you remember Sean Fitzgerald now?
I can picture the scene as if it was only last week. Come to think of it, it was only last week. Fitzgerald was there all right. Him and a bunch of students. He was speaking with the boss man.
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill?
Oh, I don't know much about anything. You should ask
Castle
Mr. O'Brien here. He doesn't joined up writing. Would you be one of them history fellas yourself?
Oh, do we say yes? No, you might like me more if I say no.
Oh no, I'm here on vacation.
What's that?
A vacation part. It's what the Americans call a holiday.
Oh, right. In Lochmarn? You come to Lochmarn for a holiday?
Sure, it's a very pretty place.
Where the hell are you from, mister?
California.
I know it. That's where the Bruins come from.
Yeah, amongst other things.
See if you know his thingy.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
It's a handsome mug on that fella, to be sure. Is he a film star?
That's not very helpful. Right, I think
Bye for now.
the camera battery's almost going to die. So I'm going to do a quick GoPro battery change. And then we will come back to here. And so we can find the island. Sweet. Right, okay. Excellent. I've gone for jumper off as well because it is quite warm today. Actually, temperature's gone up. Anyway, back to it. We'd spoken everything to do with that. Let's speak to the other guy. He seems a bit more
Hello there.
clued up.
My name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, I'm sure. I'm O'Brien. Can I help you?
Let's ask about. We don't care about the ghosts really.
What can you tell me about the castle, Mr. O'Brien?
It's a fine site now, isn't it? Dates back to the 10th century, you know. Most of the existing building was added much later, of course.
Are the ruins open to the public?
Oh no, it's much too dangerous. Anyway, there's nothing of interest remaining.
Can you tell me about the tripod which was found at the castle?
Now there's a bone of contention and controversy. It was dug up by an Englishman of the archaeological persuasion.
Who was this Englishman?
Professor Pegram, the same man who dug up the gem.
Ah.
Do you know where I can find Pegram?
You're too late to meet that fella.
Is he dead?
Not that, but he's gone from the village. A sore point with our esteemed host, I might add.
Why has Pegram's departure upset the landlord?
He's lost a paying guest, that's why. More than that, there's the question of an unsettled bill. Poor Michael's seen red over the business, and I don't blame him.
Can you tell me more about the landlord?
Mick Leary? He's what you call a would-be sophisticate. The trouble is, his idea of sophistication extends as far as putting paper in the lavatory.
I never worked out why he did that. It's much too dark in there to read.
That's true. Have you ever run your hand over the back of the door? The graffiti is written in Braille.
Do you know where Pegram has gone?
I'm sorry, but I don't. He upped anchor in the dark and shipped out before the dark.
Why did he do that?
Who knows? A guilty conscience or a secret assignation. Whatever the reason, he'll not be missed in Lochmarn. Maybe now the fuss about the gem has died down. We can get back.
We're assuming
to
that's the gem for the top of the tripod as well. That's gotta be.
What can you tell me about the gem which Pegram found?
Now there's a gem which should never have been taken. A man would have to be full of greed to covet that stone. What's your interest in the jewel? You're not a reporter, are you?
Oh no.
Thank the Lord for that.
thought that
How
was
can I
probably
get
the right
into the
answer by the
castle?
tone of his voice.
But those walls were built specifically to stop people getting in, Mr. Stobart. But I dare say you'll find a way, if you've the will.
Do you know Sean Fitzgerald?
Yes, I do. What do you want with him?
I want to talk to him about working at the dig.
I can't imagine anyone employing Sean Fitzgerald on a dig. He wouldn't know a post hole from his elbow.
Have you ever heard of the Knights Templar?
I most certainly have. A remarkable institution. Did you know? They were the originators of our system of credit. Their financial empire stretched from the Atlantic to the Caspian Sea. With bases in so many countries, they had to establish new methods of fiscal transfer.
So, the Knights Templar were nothing but a bunch of bankers.
I don't get it. Are you saying these Templar guys invented bank charges?
In a manner of speaking, I suppose they did.
What a dirty trick. Didn't anyone try to stop them?
Oh yes, they were arrested and many were burnt at the stake.
Good. They bloody well deserved it if they were anything like my bank manager.
Right, let's do it about the ghost then, shall we?
Have you heard of the Phantom?
More than that, I've seen it. And let me tell you, it's a dreadful spectacle.
So it's not just a local legend. There really is a Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh no, I was talking about the Phantom of the Opera.
Ha! Thanks. Right, let's see if he's seen Khan.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nope, I've never seen him before.
Goodbye for now.
Let's see if silent.
He wasn't listening.
No, wasn't. Right, let's go and speak to Sean again.
Mr. Fitzgerald? Doyle told me you definitely worked at the dig. He's seen you there. You might as well admit it.
I knew this would happen. I knew I'd get caught.
I need to talk to Professor Pegram, if he's still alive.
What do you mean? Is he in danger?
Yeah, you too, if I'm right.
You're not from the Social Security.
Hell no. What makes you think that?
Well, I was claiming benefits at the same time I was working for Pegram.
I'm not in a position to make judgments, Sean. That's between you and your conscience. All I want is to talk to Pegram about the gem.
But he's not here.
I know that. But he left that package with you, didn't he? So where did Pegram go?
I don't know. I swear it. He came to see me early this morning. Said he was leaving. He asked me to give this package to a guy called Marquet.
Show me what's in the package, Sean.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So what? You didn't have any qualms about your benefit scam. So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Pegram's package?
You don't know these people. I can't. I don't dare.
This is your last chance to show me the package, Fitzgerald. I've been patient with you, but now it's time to kick ass.
But he'll kill me.
Who will?
The man from Paris. Jack Marquet. Pegram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I double-crossed Marquet, I'd be dead.
Jacques Marquet.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet. Give the package to me.
No. Why should I trust you? I don't know who to trust anymore. I wish I'd never even heard of the Lochmarn gem.
Oh, he's gone. Oh.
Hey, I just seen a big red...
Get out of here, Maguire. Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been run over.
Get out!
Oh.
Noisy little tyke.
Maybe you should send out some medicinal brandy maker.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay for it?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
Let's go and get out.
I was telling the truth about Fitzy, mister.
Okay, calm down. Now tell me what happened.
I was standing here, minding me own business, when I saw this beautiful red sports car coming up over the hill. Would you look at that, says I, and I going over to take a closer look. Next thing, Fitzy comes tearing out of the pub and nearly knocks me on my ass, but the car just flies at him. It was too fast for poor old Fitzy, and hit him an awful wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I thought he was a goner. Next thing, the driver hops out, and I couldn't believe my eyes.
Yeah, but I saw...
He was dressed like a bloody pixie.
Thing go down the train. He was dressed like a... The pixie costume is Khan. Interesting. Well, the gem's down here. I've just seen it fall out.
I tugged at the trapdoor, but it was locked from the inside.
What's this? So look at this.
I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
Does that mean I've now got a bit of the switch? What about using this bit of wire? No? Alright. Locked from the inside. I need to get inside then. So I'm just get down in the basement somehow.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
May I have another beer, please?
Certainly, sir. Same again?
Yeah, please. How is this stuff made?
That's the secret of the master brewer, sir. Each barrel is lovingly manhandled in time-honored fashion, suspended on skillfully tied ropes of the finest hemp, lowered into the cellar, utilizing the forces of original gravity, like manna from heaven. I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I could fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician.
Well, I think
at
we
least
can.
The glass washer is still working.
I think we can. Oh, there
It's not my idea, is it?
I think we can use this.
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well, no. Isn't that marvelous? Here's a house bedeviled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer. And when you finish that...
That's disgusting. This guy's having a mare of it over here.
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring.
And I've got a feeling this is probably where the wire's going to come into play.
I used all my knowledge.
Let's use this, I think, somehow.
I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half-pint to that man, on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Well, I guess so,
Oh,
but
yes.
I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Hold on. Ratus. Open this.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen. It was the lever which locked the trap door.
Ah, so now it's unlocked. Let's go up, go out, fix this shit.
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
Let's just open it then. And if not, use the jubilant, what's it? Hey!
I lifted the trap door and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
That's fine.
Excuse me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
Wow. It's like the frickin' scariest man alive. Right. Let's head down here and
now
see.
I could see. I spotted Mr. Leary's flashlight easily. Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trapdoor.
Giant Oojmaflip.
It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone.
Wow.
I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
Yes,
No
please.
problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way. You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
Right. We know what this does. Let's have a quick check to make sure there's nothing down there that I need to find.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Thing is, right, the thing I've learned about these games
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water.
is if you can make something interact with something, it's kind of always worth it, because it's probably there
I
for
shut
a
off
reason.
the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
It's like, so now I've got,
It was a rectangle of toweling, printed with the words, Nagopaline Stout builds body. The towel was soaked through with water.
there we go. So, you know, that's helpful.
It was a large blue gemstone.
Was indeed. Right. Don't think there's anything else in here. Right, let's go and explore somewhere else. Let's get out of here. Go and see if we can find this castle to go and have a look around. And then it may well be, I reckon it's probably up here somewhere, may well be the end of this episode. Let's have a chat with this dude.
Hi, do you speak English?
Well, no, what if I was to say no? An implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was 12 and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
I was a little out of practice.
Brilliant.
Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? The poor fella must have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car?
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
Divvy.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew.
the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh no, but he has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief now.
What?
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
Oh dear.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle. His own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man
I think I might have to climb a haystack. What do we all reckon?
It'll need some
I
thinking
think that's
about.
highly
There's
probable.
no problem.
You're right.
Yes.
Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
No.
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place.
Yes.
And warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Like
Marvellous.
me.
I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
Goodbye.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
Yeah, well, I know where I'm going. Up. Because I ain't getting in here, am I? Let's be
The
honest.
stack of hay stopped, short of the top of the wall. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach. What I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland.
Righto.
I pushed my fingers into the narrow crack. It went back several inches into the rock.
That'll do it.
I inserted the end of the lifting key in the mortarless
Boom!
crack and gave it a firm shove. It remained lodged in the wall, jutting out to form a step.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Ha! I think we've just come across the ghost of Lockman. What do you reckon? Let's go down here, shall we? I think I can remember what happens here. Yep. Ha! What's there to interact with? Over here. I'll interact with this.
The rope by which the goat was tethered had become tangled on the old plowshare.
Yeah, it had. Haha, nasty old goat. Haha. It's the bit from the trailer. Exciting stuff. Ooh. Now here's the question. Do I leave it here? I'm gonna leave it here! I'm gonna leave it here. I'm sorry, but I am. Because it's got really exciting. We're in the castle. This all looks very Templary and exciting. So hopefully that means you'll tune in and come back next time. And with all great television series, they leave you on a cliffhanger. Hashtag Game of Thrones. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Broken Sword and the Shadow of the Templars on the Mythic Booster channel. Remember to subscribe with the notification bell so you don't miss when episode 5 comes out. Remember to bang a comment down below so you let me know how it's all going, whether you're enjoying it. Put a big fat like on it, share it with all your friends, blah 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 blah. See, easy things. Subscribe, like, bang a comment, share. Easy peasy. And we will see you next time on the Mythic Booster channel for more Broken Sword. Enjoy, guys. Bye bye.